Hey everybody, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil, and it's time to talk A Muppet Christmas Carol. Because it's Christmas season, let's explore some Christmas movies that I haven't seen. But I gotta be honest with you guys, I have a weird memory of this movie because I grew up with the Muppets. I'm old enough to remember episodes of the original Muppet Show, probably in reruns, regularly as family viewing when I grew up. And because in my mind this is such a Christmas institution of a movie, I lump it in with The Grinch and Charlie Brown Christmas and Rudolph and Frosty and all those other Christmas movies of my childhood. And so I just assume I've seen it. And we're also familiar with the story of A Christmas Carol, that I'm familiar with the Muppets, I'm familiar with the story, I assume I've seen this movie. And yet I was digging around for stuff to look at this Christmas season, and I'm being told this movie was made in 1992, when I was 19 and in university. And if that's the case, then I definitely never saw this movie as a kid. And if that's the case, I've never seen this movie. I'm sure I've seen clips of it online, that sort of thing, bits and pieces, I've seen stills, but I haven't seen the Muppets do A Christmas Carol. I know the Christmas Carol, I know the Muppets, I haven't seen this. So I need to fill in that gap, because I love the Muppets. I got to work with the Muppets once. I'm not going to turn this into that discussion, but let me know in the comments below if you want to listen to me talk for like half an hour telling stories about working with the Muppets on A Muppet's Wizard of Oz. I have no idea whether that's something you guys would be interested in. I'd be more than happy to turn it into a weird Neil Talks special. That time I worked out with the Muppets. Let me know. But that's not why we're here. We're here to celebrate a Christmas classic of a story, perhaps the most quintessential Christmas story from Dickens, and see a relatively modern Muppet twist on it, but I suspect it's going to be pretty faithful to the original. There's going to be some fun Muppet-type gags in it, but I don't think it's going to be ironic. I don't think it's going to be sarcastic. I think there's going to be a lovely Christmas message in this story. I'm super curious to see which of the Muppets they have play which of the characters. I'm sure that Kermit is Bob Cratchit, and presumably Miss Piggy's playing Mrs. Cratchit, but beyond that, like, I'm not even sure who's playing Scrooge. Huh. In any case, I'm psyched to jump into this. So let's do that right now, guys. This is The Muppet Christmas Carol from 1992. Okay. So Jim had just passed away at this point. And Brian, his son, took over. Gotcha. Gonzo is Dickens. Okay. Oh! Michael Caine! How awesome is that? Is this a miniature shot that we're looking at? Or is this... I mean, it looks like CG animation, except it clearly isn't because of the year.
Well, that was a fine meal. Yes, it was, wasn't it? Yes, what should we do now? Let's have a lunch. Oh, good idea.
Awesome.
Tuppence apiece while they last.
They won't last long the way you're eating them.
Hey, I'm creating scarcity. Drives the prices up.
Welcome to the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh,
I am here to
fourth
tell
wall.
the story.
And
Hello.
I am here for the food.
That's how the story begins, Rizzo. The Marleys were dead to begin with.
Oh,
As dead as a doornail.
it's a good beginning. It's creepy and kind of woohoo, spooky.
Oh, thank you, Rizzo.
You're welcome, Mr. Dickens.
Ebenezer Scrooge. You will meet him as he comes around that corner.
Where?
There.
When?
Now.
Now.
Nice.
Old Scrooge, he loves his money 'cause he thinks it gives him power. If
like sourdough.
Vegetables don't like him.
Even the vegetables.
He charges folks a fortune for his dark and drafty houses. Us poor folk live in misery. It's even worse for mouses.
Oh. So he's a slumlord too.
Look close and there must be a sweet man inside. Nah.
No.
He has no time for friends or fun. His ankle
Oh,
makes that clear.
Punch and Judy. Awesome.
There goes Mr. Heartless. There goes
I love how they still haven't shown his face.
He only takes. He lets
We only get this from the Muppet lowdown POV.
every day in every way. Scrooge is getting worse.
Oh. Scatter.
Humbug.
No bah humbug?
If you please, Mr. Scrooge, it's gotten colder, and the bookkeeping staff would like to have an extra shovel full of coal for the fire.
How would the bookkeepers like to be suddenly?
This is my island in the sun.
I believe you've convinced them once again, Mr. Scrooge.
Mr. Scrooge, I presume?
Who are you?
We'd like to
Speaker
speak to
and
you about a
Bunsen
donation.
Honeydew.
Welcome.
I do not make merry myself at Christmas,
That certainly is true.
and I cannot afford to make idle people merry.
That is certainly not true.
Yeah, give up.
Now then, sir, about the
Yeah.
donation?
Read the room.
My taxes go to pay for the prisons and the poorhouses. The homeless must go there.
But some would rather die.
If they'd rather die, then they'd better do it and decrease the surplus population.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Thanos here.
Dear, we've taken enough of Mr. Scrooge's time. Oh dear, dear, dear.
I'll see you at 8 tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow's Christmas.
8:30 then.
Half an hour off hardly seems customary for Christmas Day.
Hardly customary.
How much time off is customary, Mr. Cratchit?
Why,
The whole day.
the whole day.
Yeah, that's right. The whole
The
day.
entire day?
No, that's the frog's idea.
If you please, Mr. Scrooge, why
Throw
open
the frog
office
under the
tomorrow?
bus.
It'll waste a lot of expensive coal for the fire.
Yes, that's definitely a point.
Take the day off.
He's already got a heart of gold.
Be here all the earlier the next morning.
When did Boxing Day become a holiday in the UK?
One more sleep till Christmas Day.
These wide shots
Hmm.
blow my mind. Like, I get how they shoot him when he's sitting down, or we only see him waist up. But how did they... I forget how they shoot him when they're full and standing like that. And yet still moving their mouse. The Muppeteering, it's so clever.
That one thing you must remember, or nothing that follows will seem wondrous. Why are you whispering?
It's for dramatic emphasis.
Oh. Oh, that was fun.
Gonzo, speak to me. Mr. Dickens, Charlie, are you hurt?
Charlie's Gonzo.
I keep telling you, storytellers are omniscient. I know everything. To conduct a proper search, Scrooge was forced to light the lamps.
How does he do that?
The omniscient. It's a thing. And he seems to be a reliable narrator. I love what they're doing with the music here. I have to say, Michael Caine's got a rather kind face, even when he puts on his stern Scrooge look. Oh, whew. The dreams have begun.
Oh, look! It's Ebenezer's.
So the Marleys are two.
Who are you?
They're Statler and Waldorf.
We were your partners, Jacob and Robert Marley.
Bob Marley?
You may be a bit of undigested beef, a blob of mustard, a crumb of cheese. There's more of gravy than of grave about you.
We're Marley and Marley.
Oh.
Doom, Scrooge, you're doomed for all time.
So have your fun when life is done. A nightmare waits for you.
Whoa! We're Marley and Marley.
Oh, it's just so clever.
Humbug.
Indeed. Humbug.
Come on, I'll catch you. Missed.
Oh, wait a second. I forgot my jelly beans.
You are such an idiot.
What? What? Hey, what?
He's just sleeping with the poker. Stroke of one.
Expect the first ghost when the bell tolls one!
Whoa.
You're just a child.
I'm the ghost of Christmas past.
What are we doing?
Nothing.
What?
Well, just hold on.
What?
Hang on.
No.
Oh.
Spirit!
Yes?
Nothing.
She's really odd looking.
Oh, this is Louise.
Yeah, we've met.
Real chicken on real puppet.
Safe at last. No. No, kitty. Ow.
Aristotle, Dante, Moliere, Shakespeare, Rizzo, Gonzo. It's a real rogues gallery.
It's me.
Well then, Lisa, last coach is sleeping. Come on, he never goes home for Christmas. Who cares about stupid old Christmas?
More time for reading and study.
Numbers.
The Christmas holiday was a chance to get some extra work done. Nothing ever changed.
You changed.
This man taught me my greatest lesson.
Stand up. Build your life as this school is built. Work hard, lad. And one day, your life will be as solid as this very building. I've been meaning to fix that shelf.
Night was falling, and the lamplighters were plying their trade.
Hey, light the lamp, not the rat, light the lamp, not the rat, put me out, put me out, what?
And there he is, old Fuzzywick himself.
Look, my lads, dusk has fallen.
Can we talk about
What an employer he was.
how
As hard
creepy
and as ruthless as a rose petal.
the Ghost of Christmas Past is? So uncanny valley looking. Rizzo need a thaw out?
Can I have your attention, please?
Animal!
Quiet! Welcome to Fuzzywick and Mom's annual Christmas party.
I'm kind of hungry.
Swedish chef. Birdie.
Forget it. Mother always taught me never eat singing food.
It's good advice.
Excuse me, Mr. Fozziewig.
Excuse me.
Is that young
I've been
Scrooge?
going over the accounts. Do you know how much the firm is spending for this party?
Master Scrooge, this is Christmas. It's a time for generosity.
God, I love Animal.
I think we'll do it twice a year. No,
Excuse me.
Oh, Master Scrooge.
Oh.
Ebenezer, this is Belle, a friend of the Fozziwick family.
I'm pleased to meet you. There was, of course, another Christmas Eve with this young woman, some years later.
Oh, please. Do not show me that Christmas.
Did they end up together? And she died early? So he's just a sad old widower? Oh, no. I presume too much.
Another year before our wedding, Ebenezer.
The investments haven't grown as they should.
So you said last year.
So what?
You're a partner in your own firm now.
I love you, Bill.
You did once.
Why do you delight in torturing me? Leave me.
Okay. 2 to go.
Come in and know me better, man.
Now we're having fun with miniatures, I'm assuming.
I am the ghost of Christmas present.
You're a little absent-minded spirit.
No, I'm a large absent-minded spirit.
Whoa.
Have you ever noticed that everything seems wonderful at Christmas?
In all honesty, spirit, no.
Oh no! Oh no! It's true wherever you find love, it feels like Christmas.
In all the places you find love, it feels like Christmas.
It is the season of the heart.
It's weird that there's just like a purple witch populating the streets of this London.
The season
No weirder than singing penguins, I guess.
message if we hear it.
Although those are pigeons, aren't they? Uh-oh.
Heart, a special time.
I'm quite jealous of his dressing gown.
It feels like Christmas.
I'm trying to figure out if it's one person or two in that version of the ghost.
Show me family.
He's coming along quite happily already.
My dear nephew Fred and his wife Clara.
Wait then, is it an unwanted creature?
Often.
A mouse.
No?
A rat?
You called?
Oh dear, it's too wonderful.
Wait, I know. An unwanted creature, but not a rat-a-leech or a cockroach. It's Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yes.
So basically Fred's a backstabbing bully.
Come.
I kid.
There's much to see.
I wish to see no more.
A bit of a snowflake there, Ebenezer.
This is Bob Cratchit's house.
How do you know that?
You just told me.
Well, I'm usually trustworthy.
It smells so good, Mother.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh, that smells
I can't help but wonder about her roasting a pig.
I'm stuck. Get me out of here. I knew you weren't suited for literature.
Suited? Oh, that's some great stop motion.
'Tis the season to be jolly and joyous. Fa la la.
Oh, Merry Christmas, girls. Merry Christmas, Peter. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Emily.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Things you never wonder about as a kid, but immediately spring to mind as an adult. Why are the girl children pigs and the male children frogs?
Such a meager feast.
But very much appreciated.
It only seems right that I should lift a glass to my employer. I give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
One must drink to the health of Mr. Scrooge, even though he is odious, stingy, wicked, and unfeeling, and badly dressed.
To the founder of the feast, Mr. Scrooge.
No doubt. No doubt.
Cheers.
God bless us, everyone. I look into the eyes of love and know that I belong.
My hat's off to Michael Caine and to any actor that performs with the Muppets, because they 100% commit to the role, even though that they're acting with a bunch of puppets.
We have so much
And yet, I get it, because I found myself in conversations with Gonzo at the craft service table when I was working with them. And you're not talking to the puppeteer. You're talking to the Muppet on his hand. They remain in character when they're not on scene. They feel real. And you end up having a conversation face to face with the Muppet. But he's not taking this any less seriously, Michael Caine, than any, quote, normal role.
bless us all with playful years.
Yeah, look.
Noisy games and joyful tears.
He's getting choked up.
Bless
Well, Tiny Tim's not gonna make it long.
Tell me if Tiny Tim will live.
That is the future. But what then? If he's going to die, he'd better do it and decrease the surplus population.
Mm-hmm.
But Spirit, I have learned so much from you.
Nothing Scrooge could do or say could stop the relentless march of those terrible bells.
And now I leave you with the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
That's some really good special effects to make that solid a wall of atmospheric smoke drift across set so coherently like that. That's really impressive.
Oh.
This is too scary. I don't think I want to see any more.
When you're right, you're right. You're on your own, folks. We'll meet you at the finale.
Yeah.
They're chickening out. I love it. I love those little fourth wall breaks. That's great.
Will you not speak to me?
Nope. He doesn't speak. Oh, fun.
Well, it's likely to be a cheap funeral. I don't know a single soul who'd go to it.
I wouldn't mind going. If lunch is provided.
Of what poor wretch do they speak?
You, of course. It's a properly spooky ghost design, though. I love it.
Why, Mrs. Dilber, they're still warm. But don't pay extra for the warmth, you know.
You should. It's the only warmth he ever had.
A place of joy and laughter. Thank you for
Not
bringing
without
me
Tim.
here. Why is it so quiet, Spirit?
How was the churchyard? Well, it'll be lovely, Emily. It would have done you good to see how green the place is. It's a spot on the hill. And you can see the ducks on the river. Tiny Tim
always loved watching the ducks on the river.
I am sure we shall never forget Tiny Tim, or this first parting that there was among us.
Oh, and his little cane. Okay, I'm not supposed to be getting choked up here. But damn it if Kermit's performance isn't, like, emotionally gut-wrenching.
Must we return to this place? Who was the wretched man whose death brought so much glee and happiness to others?
Oh, come on, man.
These events can be changed.
The eternal time travel question.
A life can be made right. Why would you show me this if I was past all hope? Tell me that I may sponge out the writing on this stone.
Well, you're not gonna live forever, dude. Sooner or later, you're gonna die.
Hi, guys. We're back. We promised we would be. But the thing that made Scrooge happiest of all was that his life lay before him. And it could be changed.
Do you think it's safe for us to be up here?
Scrooge is saved. What can happen now?
Window opening.
What's today, my fine fellow?
Today? Well, today is Christmas Day.
I haven't missed it. Do you know whether the prize turkey has been sold in the window?
Oh, the one twice as big as me? It's still there?
Buy it for me and I'll give you a shilling.
Oh.
No, I'll give you 5 shillings.
Wow!
And so the boy was off like a shot. So eager.
Turkey time.
And a few moments later.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Mr. Scrooge?
Pardon me, gentlemen. Put me down for...
That much?
Not a penny less.
I don't know what to say. I just wish there was something we could give you.
Oh.
A gift for me?
Damn it, Beaker.
Thank you. 50 times. And a Merry Christmas.
Here's your turkey, Mr. Scrooge.
Follow me, lad.
With an open smile and with open doors, I will bid you welcome. What is mine is yours. With a glass raised to toast your health.
With a glass raised to toast your health.
And a promise to share the wealth.
Promise to share the wealth.
Life is like a journey.
Oh, look, I bought you coal.
Bob Cratchit? You, sir, were not at work this morning as we had discussed.
But Mr. Scrooge, sir, you gave me the day off.
I? Would I do a thing like that?
No, I mean, yes, but you did.
Bob Cratchit, I've had my fill of this.
And I have had my fill of you, Mr. Scrooge.
And therefore, Bob Cratchit. And therefore, I'm about to raise your salary.
Oh, and I am about to raise you right off the pavement.
Pardon?
And pay your mortgage on this house.
Please, sir, come inside. Yeah.
Care to join us for a little turkey dinner on this fine Christmas day? Merry Christmas.
I prefer goose to turkey, frankly, but...
And Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all, and infinitely more.
And, Tiny Tim?
Who did not die.
Oh, isn't
Yes.
that swell? God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Hey, see
So many puppeteers.
Nice story, Mr. Dickens.
Oh, thanks. If you like this, you should read the book.
Wow, they actually encourage us to read the book. Rizzo has a personal caterer. Love it. Well, I haven't read A Christmas Carol since my school days, but as far as I remember, this is a pretty darn faithful adaptation, all things considered. Sure, there's all the asides, there's the gags, there's the fun and games with Gonzo and Ratso, and the party at Fozzie's, and there's some extra, but the story's all there, and man, it's a bit of a gut punch of a story at moments, which is perhaps why it's such a timeless classic. You know, I'm not sure there really were Christmas stories before Dickens, but Dickens had this sort of, I learned this on QI recently, the first 8 or 9 years of his life in London were all white Christmases. And so whenever he writes about Christmas, whether it's in A Christmas Carol or otherwise, it's always snowing. And it just sort of has this classic connotation that we still carry to this day. And, you know, Vancouver's similar weather to London. We don't get white Christmases very often, but you always dream of one. You always hope for one. This is just sort of a classic story, isn't it? And you could deconstruct it with a modern perspective and, you know, is Scrooge really redeemed or is he just frightened into paying up? But there's heart behind this, and we can develop some sympathy for the character. We can develop, you know, clearly he didn't have a good upbringing. He didn't go home from school over the holidays, so there was no family to speak of, you would assume. And he just steered himself the wrong way and became too focused on money and all about the profit and loss columns. I was talking about this during the movie, but it's worth talking about again. I'm always super impressed by actors who decide to work with the Muppets, especially in a movie where it's a longer format story than just being a guest star on an episode of the old show. Because they take it seriously. They commit to it. They don't wink and nod at the audience. Some of the Muppets might break the fourth wall, but I don't feel like the actors ever do. They're never not nodding to us and like, check it out. I know they're just Muppets. I'm playing along. They commit. This is another performer across from them in the scene, and when they emote, they do an excellent job in conveying real emotion. Like you could see, you know, in the scenes with Tiny Tim during Christmas Present, Scrooge is like Michael Caine is like choking up listening to Tiny Tim's song. Moments like that, you can see He's telling us he's afraid when he's with the ghost of Christmas future, and you believe it. Just a really good performance. But what blows me away more than Michael Caine's performance is the fact that there are puppeteers manipulating Piggy and Kermit and Tiny Tim and the rest of that family. And they're like pulling harsh sadness and emotion out of me. And I'm not watching human eyes. I'm not watching human faces. I'm watching a hand encased in felt. And these puppeteers do such magic with little shifts in their fingertips to convey emotion, which is like a magic art in and of itself that, because of the nature of what it is, just doesn't get appreciated enough. There was something so wholesome about the Muppets. And maybe their time has passed. Maybe they just don't fit in the modern society in like the 21st century. I don't know. I know they tried to do a new version of the Muppet Show that was all the behind the scenes, but they're all like modern personalities, and it didn't click. There's something earnest and wholesome about the original, where it's just super, yeah, wholesome is the best way to put it. And maybe we've become too cynical. We've become too prepared for irony and sarcasm and all of the rest of it, that we can't just be earnest with our feelings and our emotion and our excitement and our, be openly passionate about something without winking and nodding to the audience to take that edge off. But I've still got a place in my heart for it. I still appreciate it and love it when it's done well. And it was done well here. It was a blast. It was so much fun. It was the right length for a kid's movie, barely 90 minutes long. It had a few songs. It had lots of fun things to look at. I won't lie, I'm watching some of these scenes wondering where all the puppeteers are fitting and what's being comped out and what's being green screened and all the rest of it, and that's fine. Checking out the 1990s, the early 90s special effects, it doesn't diminish the final product. It just reinforces that this is a wholesome thing made for a wholesome audience to celebrate a wholesome holiday, and we don't need anything beyond that. We don't need to dive deeper into it other than Merry Christmas to all and have a good night. God bless us, everyone. Yeah, this story's not going away. And honestly, this is a great retelling of it. It's an accessible retelling of it. I haven't seen the 60s version in ages either, but this is a great version. There have been modern remakings of A Christmas Carol. I'm thinking like Bill Murray's Scrooged, which is like, geez, that's 30 years old or more now. Maybe even more recent ones than that just aren't coming to mind. But they sort of set it in a modern time frame with modern characters, and that changes the core of it. There's something, I'm not sure that the Victorian nature of Scrooge and Cratchit translates to modern times quite so well, and yet the gap between rich and poor still exists. The money hungry landlords are still out there. It's still a story that resonates. But I love this retelling of it. I had a great time with it. Merry Christmas to all of you. Happy New Year. Can't wait to see you in 2023. Until then, everyone, take care, stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cheers.